Welcome to my new vlog. So I've been doing a newsletter in print for about 10 years now. And I've also had a column called Ask the LifeQuake Doctor, which is an advice column in Counselor magazine, and before that Vision magazine, for a total of like 13 years. And I decided I was going to combine the two because people send me questions by email about their lives, and I thought, well, why don't I combine these two formats that have been in print into a vlog? So this is going to be an opportunity for you to actually send me questions, as well as I will be doing my normal format, only it'll be in a vlog, which is you'll have an opportunity to get astrological information. I'll be talking about how to manage your work week using astrology, when the void moon days are, what's going on in terms of, transits from planets that can affect your work week. And I'm also going to feature, like I've done in my written newsletter, a person who I admire, who I think has either been demonstrating through either politics, literature, the entertainment industry, really fine leadership. So for today, we have so much going on astrologically. Oh my gosh. So there is about 6 weeks before a lunar eclipse, things really start heating up. And we're in this Sagittarius Gemini lunar eclipse right now, which of course is about, Sagittarius rules philosophical beliefs, publishing, religion, the law, the higher law. So the Supreme Court, as well as metaphysical laws, are governed by Sagittarius. It rules the truth. It also rules, on a shadow side, demagoguery. It rules dogma, righteousness, taking things to such a level that it's I'm right and you're wrong, and that kind of divisiveness that we've been seeing through the media and on the streets through protests. So all of this is part of this Sagittarius energy, and we're going to be experiencing these archetypes for 2 years. Now we have 2 eclipses coming that I'll be talking about next in my solar eclipse, and I'll be giving a program on the solar eclipse June 21st, as well as we have 2 lunar eclipses this summer on July 5th. So the lunar eclipse, if you get this, vlog this week, between June 7th and June 14th, I would invite you to spend some time and really contemplate what beliefs are rigid that you're carrying that are prejudicial in some way, like the Republicans are bad, Democrats are good, or, whatever that might be, that you notice that there are just things that don't necessarily smack of the truth, but they are your beliefs, and there may be ones you've even inherited from your family, about age, about, there's just all kinds of things that limit us, especially in the workplace. It's so interesting that we can be 75 years old and run for president, the highest office of the land, and yet there's ageism in the workplace. So that's another thing to be looking at, is maybe it's time for me to even become self-employed and do my own thing. So this is a time of actually completing. This week, I would really encourage you to complete with the past any things that you inherited from your family, from your religious upbringing, that is inhibiting your being able to express your sole purpose at work. So the second part of this vlog, I'm going to talk a little bit about someone who has the Gemini sun and the Sagittarius moon, which is Nicole Kidman. Now, it's interesting, when I saw that the solar eclipse was going to conjunct her sun, because her birthday is June 20th and the solar eclipse is on June 21st, and her moon in Gemini, her moon in Sagittarius was 1 degree away from conjunction to this lunar eclipse. The first thing I put when I, Googled her name, I actually put illness next to it, because lunar eclipses, having lunar and solar eclipses on your sun and moon can certainly bring physical challenges if we are not actually preparing for massive change. And in her case, the houses involved is the money house and the house of money we earn from our partner, passive income. Her son being in that house, it's also the house of death and transformation. So she is going through a massive change. And if you haven't seen the film, Bombshell, which she plays Gretchen Carlson, and Charlize Theron plays Megyn Kelly in a powerful film. John Lithgow plays Roger Ailes. You know, they were the two anchors, the two journalists at Fox News who really, I think, really launched the Me Too movement, because they exposed how much sexual harassment was going on with Roger Ailes and Bill O'Reilly. And the film is so fascinating in terms of a behind the scenes look at Fox Network. So one of the things that I see is that she's really, getting into advocacy. And so when I looked online about illness, I, was concerned. I was worried that it could be COVID, even though I know she's been in isolation with her husband, Keith, and her children. But as it turned out, she had broke her ankle a few weeks ago. So she's been in a cast, and yet supporting her husband, who did this amazing drive-in concert for frontline, health workers, for 200 people in the Nashville area in Tennessee. So when we look at, when I feature, people from either politics or, as I mentioned, literature, it's because I admire something about them. And I think there's a message that they are giving society, which is to be bold. She's made bold choices in her careers in terms of roles that she's played. And I'm just encouraging you to take that, part of celebrity that's actually positive, which is what in your life, what can you look into and be in an inquiry around that is purpose driven. Sagittarius, which is this eclipse energy coming in, is really about, am I expressing my deepest, fullest purpose on this planet? The other piece that I want to share is that this week, we have 2 critical days where we have a void moon on Monday, which is this coming Monday on June the 8th, and on Wednesday. These are during the work week, the days between 8 and 5, we're going to be having full-on void moon aspects. So what that means is that this is not a time to be taking meetings, having any kind of surgeries. It's also on a void moon day, not making commitments. And Mercury is slowing down. Mercury is going retrograde very soon. I would really encourage you to not be making any commitments now. We're now in the waning phase of the moon. As of yesterday, when we had the full moon lunar eclipse, we now are in the waning 2 weeks. So this is about completion. What have I put into place that is viable, that I want to just complete? So on these void moon days of Monday and Wednesday, it's a time to just do routine tasks. Continue to reduce your carbon footprint by not using your car if you can. We're being aspected, the planet Mars is squaring this lunar eclipse. So Mars rules cars, it rules aggression. People can be a little testier this coming week. We're also in a moon wobble. So there's a lot going on. Venus is in retrograde, and Venus is opposing this lunar eclipse. So what that means is relationships can be a little bit testy this week. So do everything you can to be coming from your heart. Be accessing your heart with everything you do by starting your day in meditation and just leaning back in and asking for spirit to move through you for whatever questions you have about projects that you are, as I mentioned, needing to complete. Is there anything you need to know that you don't already know that can help move your projects along, or actually improve relationships at work, even if there's anything that's been kind of rocky with these energies that we've been in the last few weeks? So this is a very, very intense week, and do whatever you can, as I mentioned, to be heart-centered and come from that place when you're communicating with people, because I know we need to take a deep breath and just keep embracing everything. You know, we're experiencing a lot of polarities, a lot of black and white, a lot of dark and light energies are coming into the planet at this time, but it's all bringing everything up for the good. Just as we're looking at, you know, racial discrimination in a bigger way, so is our other things going to come to the surface, such as, you know, the Equal Rights Amendment, for example, as we move toward the election. So this is a week of just really taking your deep breaths and being in your heart as much as is possible. And I just want to close with an intention that you can reach out to me with your questions. Please feel free to reach out to me and ask any questions that you want to ask that are either related to your own work purpose, you know, your own soul-driven purpose in your career. And I will answer them in the next vlog. You know, well, I'll take a, you know, 1 or 2 questions in my next vlog. So thank you for joining me on this vlog today. It was really fun. Bye.